Well, it's a screaming 12 degrees Celsius, kind of windy, and probably is going to rain. When I left the house, I checked the weather report, and it said there was a 20% chance of rain, but there's a 70% chance in my mind. The clouds are moving rather quickly, and the formations, for the most part, aren't well organized, so it probably won't rain enough to get me wet. Nevertheless, I did bring a little extra clothes, and I'm kind of bundled up. I have on my headgear, shoe covers, and I'm wearing some decent gloves today. I would like to go into Kiev. I don't know what the farm roads are going to be like, but judging by the trails getting here, they're going to be firm with water puddles. It's been raining quite a bit, which I think is awesome, because the water's definitely good for the agriculture, the river, and it makes everything a little bit greener. The downside is it makes everything soggy and muddy. But I do have some coins for the car wash, so if I get too gooed up, I'll stop off and clean the bike. My wife always yells at me if I bring home the bike muddy, because it gets into the garage, she goes to the car, gets mud on her pretty shoes, and I get yelled at. Our garage is quite modest, so there's not a whole lot of extra space. So the bicycles hang on one wall, and right below it is the entrance to the car doors. When it comes to temperature, it really matters a lot where you are in Spain. Even though Spain's about the size of Texas, just a little smaller, it can be anything from Arctic weather up in the mountains with plenty of snow to the beach where it could be just nice enough to go swimming. Last week when we were in Aragon, a friend of ours invited us to Valencia to go for a little boat ride. Told us to bring our swimming suits, which we didn't pack. Aragon has some elevation and it can get downright cold. As a matter of fact, when we were exploring different parts of the zone we were in, there were these the snow poles, you know, the red and white poles for measuring snow depth. So they definitely get snow. Which reminds me, I need to put the chains in the car. I put it on pause until I got to this piece of farm road. Right along here, it tends to get very slippery and floods just along here. Ahead, for whatever reason, it tends to be better, more drained. It kind of matters exactly where one is. The one thing I don't want to do is slide in the mud and fall on my butt. And that's totally possible to do. As I mentioned in other videos, the rear tire that I want is an eddy current 27.5 by 2.8, and when I bought it, and when I installed it, I couldn't get it to seat round. It kept being out of kilter, just enough to be irritating. So I took it back off and I put back the Smart Sam, which is a nice tire. It has good side knobs. It's a light tire. It's a much lighter tire than the eddy current. It's supple, and basically it's a good mixed tire for rocky, hard surfaces, and hard packed dirt and pavement. But it's not that good in the mud. The eddy current on the front isn't the bee's knees in the mud either. But it's all right. are really good mud tires, and I think the tire that worked best for me was the Tough Tom. It has nice wide blocks, tall knobs, and well spaced. And that's the tire that I took off the rear, and now I'm beginning to regret that. It's also a light tire, a thin-walled tire like the Smart Sam. Very supple and nice and grippy. Surprisingly good for the price. So what I think I'm going to do, I don't know, I'm giving it some thought, I'm going to look for mud-specific tires. I can feel this is like riding on grease. I'm just going to take it nice and easy. The front tire is pretty well loaded with mud, which doesn't help anything. Oh, yuck. It's not an illusion. I'm going like 17 kilometers an hour, which is really slow for me. On the other hand, for this particular conditions, it's probably just about right. Anyways, I'm getting into Kir. So the decision now is, do I want to make a left and go through the farms, go up to the Camino de MECO? And the answer is not really. Or go straight into town and whip around and come back. And that sounds like a battle plan. There's supposed to be some landmarks here, and I've never been able to find anything of particular interest, but they're supposed to be. There are some very old buildings. Nothing of particular antiquity, save the church probably. Directly ahead is the City Hall, and this would be like the town center. Sounds a little weird. It's because the microphone is in the breast pocket of my jacket, which might make it sound a bit muffled. Well, I think this will do it.